Welcome to Touching the Edge. Welcome to Touching the Edge. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for being part of finding that center that actually makes a difference in moving through the world. Realizing that when we come from that center, coming from the center of compassion for ourselves, we find something that is ancient within ourselves. It's about having a sense of honesty about, are we being compassionate to ourselves? Are we finding that depth within us that allows us to find that inner stillness, that allows us to recognize that our lives are beautiful exactly as they are, not as some idealized version, not if the world was a somehow better place, but exactly as you are. I remember knowing a guy one time when I was, in college, who told me that he could have been a professional athlete, and he told me that he could have been a professional athlete if things had been a little different. And I asked him, "Well, what? I mean, what would have needed to be different in order for you to do that?" He said, "If he had been a little bit larger, a little bit faster, and a little bit stronger, he could have been a professional athlete." So I said to him, "So what you're saying to me is that if everything were different, you could have been a professional athlete." I want to suggest to you that that's the way a lot of us move through the world, feeling that if everything were different, somehow we could be happy. I want to suggest that that is not the peace that we're looking for. We want a peace that applies itself to ourselves exactly as we are, that comes from being in contact with the depth of our authenticity so we can be aware of the beauty that we are shining into the world. When you realize that your life is beautiful, you make a difference. When you realize that your life is beautiful as it is, you find a greater degree of patience, not just with others, but also with yourself. It's about releasing who we thought we were meant to be and accepting exactly who we are and really applying the lessons that we've learned. I want to suggest to you that this life is exactly what we need to become who we were meant to be if we say yes to it, if we have an enthusiasm for what we can do to make a difference. Remember, balance the inner and the outer world. When you see something that you feel is wrong, do something right away that you feel is right. It doesn't have to be in the same area. It doesn't have to be as big as what you see going on. If you do anything that makes you feel some sense of agency, some sort of improvement, you are balancing the inner and outer world. And when you do that, you find a release, a new lease at life. That's what release means. It's a new lease at life, and it comes from applying the lessons that we know today. This is the day that we can make a difference. Right now is the point of power. So I thank you so much for joining. Thank you for taking on and really saying yes to your life exactly as it is and transforming it from that space. I'm going to ring the bell. I'm going to ask you to listen carefully. We don't need to have everything different to find our beauty. We just have to release what we thought life was going to be like. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you for hanging in and being the inspiration that we all need. Have a wonderful day and take care.